Hey guys, welcome back to the Homestead Adventure. Today I want to share with you the most incredible lesson that I have learned my entire life, and this happened just a few weeks ago. So my whole life I have been a perfectionist. I always wanted everything to be perfect. I always wanted to plan out every single detail before I started anything. And then I ended up quitting before I even started. The reason why I was so shy as a kid, I always wanted to plan the right thing to say, and the moment just passed and then I wouldn't say anything because I was always afraid of what people thought of me. I figured since I wasn't perfect, then nobody likes me. And it was kind of all in my head. I made myself believe that everybody hated me. And so I was so awkward and so shy. It went on throughout most of my life. I recently realized it was because of perfectionism. And it took me my whole life to learn this lesson. I did not know that. So just a few years ago, before my husband and I bought our homestead, I decided I wanted to have a business and I wanted to make goat milk soap. I was like, this is what my business is going to be. This is what I'm doing. I was so in. But my perfectionism stopped me from actually doing it, actually trying it, because I had it in my head that I had to have it perfect before I started. I had to have all the perfect recipes. I wanted to have all the different shapes and all the different scents. And so I spent 3 years gathering recipes of soap and putting it in little books and making it all perfect and buying all the books and reading everything about soap making. And then when we bought our homestead, I was like, I still need to wait until we have goats. And so I bought some goats, and then I started milking the goat. And then I bought all of the molds and all of the essential oils and all the other oils. I spent hundreds of dollars on this. Then I finally started making soap. So I did my first batch, did my second batch. I did 6 batches. The more I did it, the more I actually was in it, doing it. I realized I don't really enjoy this. I don't want to make a business from this. I realized that by doing it, that it felt more like a chore than something I actually enjoyed. I felt so crushed. I was like, I spent years on thinking that this is what I wanted and trying to make it perfect before I even started, and then realizing once I actually took that action, once I actually started, it was not what I wanted. It did not feel right. I didn't want to quit because I said, I just spent years on this. I thought this was what I wanted, and now I have no idea what kind of business I want. And I know that I want a business. I've always known that I wanted a business, and I wanted it to be from homesteading, from my farm. I thought that making products and selling them was the only way. This was actually a blessing that doing this, I realized that I am not going to waste any more time trying to make things perfect before I start. I am not going to waste any more time on soap making because that is not my passion. And so I dropped that. I took it as I just learned a very important lesson. It was a hard lesson to learn, but I made it through. I got through it, and I learned that I'm never going to do that again. I am never going to sit back and wait for things to be perfect before I start. And so I had been listening to podcasts for about a year now. I started with the Highest Self podcast with Sahara Rose. So I was listening to her podcast every single day, and it was inspiring me to really take action and create the best life for myself. And on her podcast, she interviewed Kathy Heller, who had her own podcast called Don't Keep Your Day Job. So I went over to hers, and I have been listening to hers religiously every single day. I was like, this is gold. Everything she says is exactly what I needed to hear to push me through. On her podcast, she was interviewing people who created online courses. And this wasn't even something that was on my radar before. I didn't know anything about online courses. It really inspired me. I was like, I did say that I want to teach homesteading, I want to teach gardening, and I want to teach how to raise meat rabbits. Those are my two main focuses. I learned that from taking action, trying things on the farm, figuring out what I like and what I don't like. And that was another thing, like raising rabbits wasn't like something that I was going to do at all until I actually started doing it. Then I realized I do like doing this and I can keep doing this. And gardening was something that I always knew I had a passion for. So that was something that I always knew. And so I'm taking these two passions and I'm making it into a business by teaching them. I don't have to create a physical product. I don't have to ship anything. Now, I haven't created my course yet, but I also want to share with you when I decided I wanted to do a course, and more than one course. I wanted to do courses. I wanted to teach. I wanted that to be my business. As soon as I decided I wanted to do that, I jumped on Facebook. I joined an online course creators community Facebook page, and I asked, I want to take a course that will teach me how to create online courses because I have no idea what my next step is. And I got so many people telling me to take the course, Digital Course Academy with Amy Porterfield. And so I just said to myself, I'm like, you know what? I'm done sitting around. I'm done waiting for things to be perfect. And I am going to go and I'm going to take that course. So I went and looked up her course. And guess what? 3 days from the time that I looked up the course, enrollment was starting in 3 days. And it only opens once a year. And I was like, this is fate. This is meant to be. I am meant to take this course. So I joined the course and I'm never going to look back. I'm like, this is what I am meant to do. I know this now. I finally have direction. And within the first day I knew, I did it wasn't even the full course. It was a mini course inside the course that I got for free, like with the course, called Start From Scratch. And it taught you how to grow your email list. And I had no idea what a lead magnet was. I had no idea how to grow an email list. And finally, I had a step 2. And I never even knew what my step 1 was. And finally, I had a step 2. And that was so huge for me because I spent my whole life in step 0, not knowing what direction to take. And so, actually, before I signed up for the course, I knew that I had to have an online presence if I wanted to create courses. And so I thought, I really want to teach homesteading things, and I do want to start a podcast. I have not done that yet, but I figured, how do people want to learn from me? People want to learn from me by actually seeing me teach them the steps. They want to see it. So I decided I was going to start a YouTube channel. I was saying that I was going to start a YouTube channel. I was talking to my family about it for probably a couple months before I even started. And I kept saying, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And then I realized that I'm doing it again. I keep saying that I'm going to do something and I haven't even started. And I started by writing out the video topics that I wanted to talk about. And then I realized I'm still doing it. I am still writing things out, trying to make it perfect before I start. I'm not going to do that. And I realized I need to start now. I'm going to start today. I need to can carrots today. So I'm going to show how to can carrots. I took my phone, turned it on, showed the whole process on how to can carrots. The camera was flipped the wrong way. I didn't have a microphone, so you could hardly hear me. It was, the camera was a little too close, and it was messy. But guess what? I posted it anyway. I'm like, this is messy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I finally broke that perfectionism inside me, And I said, I'm going to start messy. I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to wait for it to be perfect. And the next video I did, I turned the camera the right way. I bought this little clip-on microphone from Amazon for $30. It was much better. My next video, I was butchering rabbits that day. So I said, I'm gonna show how to butcher rabbits today. I'm not gonna wait and do the whole, this is how you breed them, this is how you raise them, and like try to go from step 1 to step 10. I'm just gonna start at step 10 and kind of show what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And then I'll go back and I will have those other videos, but I'm just gonna start with this because this is what I'm doing. And I hardly put any makeup on, and I gained some weight over the past few years. My hair is awful, and I just felt like I looked hideous, and I wasn't even gonna post the video. I was like, this is awful. I hate the way I look. I hate the way I sound, all of this stuff. And I sat down and I took my computer and I was like, I'm just gonna edit it anyway and see if it's good enough. And I edited it. I still wasn't gonna put it up. And then it was also the fear that people are gonna see me as a horrible human being for slaughtering animals. And then I came back to my why. Why do I do this? And why do I wanna share it? And I posted a video on why I raise meat rabbits, and I got a lot of people saying like they loved the information. I was like, okay, I have an audience for this. And so I posted the video of me butchering the rabbit. And I was so scared that people were gonna be horrible to me, or nobody was gonna watch it, or people would think that I was ugly. And then something incredible happened. I posted that video 3 weeks ago. It's gotten 6.6 thousand views in 3 weeks. And my other videos, I have one that's almost 1,000 views. I have a couple that are 300 views. And I thought that I was gonna have like 100 views on a video by the end of the year. Like, I had no idea I was gonna get 6.6 thousand views in 3 weeks. Yes, there are people who are gonna be rude about it. People are gonna dislike it. Yeah, I have gotten some pretty pervy comments too, but that kind of all comes with the territory. I've bartended for 10 years. I know what it's like to have a thick skin. Like, I've developed that over the years. I can deal with that. But there are also people who really want to learn from me. I decided I'm going to stay consistent and I'm going to post a video every Tuesday. Sometimes I don't get it out until Wednesday, but I still post a video every single week now. Something else happened that I go to work and like I have some of my some people from work on Facebook, and I always post a link to my YouTube videos on Facebook. People that I had no idea were even watching, I would go to work and they would come up to me and they're like, I love your videos. I love watching what you're doing. And I just want to cry because I'm like, I had no idea that you were watching. I had no idea that people really wanted to learn from me. I realize I am so in the right place right now. I'm so where I am meant to be. And all it took was getting over perfectionism. All it took was just taking small actions, doing 1% better every single day, not worrying about being perfect, not worrying about my hair, not worrying about that I gained weight. Nobody's ever said anything to me about that. That's my own insecurities. Even in that video that I thought I looked fat and ugly, so many people were telling me how beautiful I was. And I was like, I didn't think that about myself. And it just goes to show that the things that you think suck, other people really love it. That was one video I thought that wouldn't do very well, and it's done the most for my YouTube channel so far. So now I'm growing my audience. I started with 6 subscribers. I now have 172 subscribers, and I've only had my YouTube video up for or my YouTube channel up for about a month. So yeah, it's not a lot of subscribers, but I know that it's gonna keep growing because I'm going to stay consistent. And that's what really matters. What really matters is taking the action, taking messy action, going out there, putting yourself out there, not caring what anybody thinks, just bearing your soul, doing what you love to do, and doing it for the sake of doing it, not because you want to make $1 million, not because it's what's trending right now. Do it because you love it, and the money will follow, the people will follow. If you are completely genuine and you are there for a reason, you're there for other people and not just you, amazing things will come. Because my whole life, it was all about me, me, me. I wanted all of these things for myself. I do still want things for myself, but when I started homesteading, I realized that I want to share this with other people. It's not just about me anymore. I really, really have a passion for sharing it because I think more people should live this lifestyle. And I want to share every step of the way. Because if I can show one person the way, if one person can watch me and think, I want to do what she's doing, and I can teach them how, and they can change their life, like, that's all I want. I want to really inspire other people to come on this journey. And it's not just about homesteading either, because I have other things to share as well. Like this lesson I learned, this can be applied to anything, not just homesteading. And I really realized that my mission in life is to inspire other people by doing the things in my life that I'm passionate about, by sharing these things with other people and helping other people to become more self-sufficient, to become more confident in the areas of their life that they're lacking in. If I can do this and I can teach other people how to do it, that's all that matters to me. Forget the perfectionism. Stop believing that things have to be perfect before you even start. Stop believing that you have to do what everybody else is doing. And start believing in yourself. Start taking those small actions. And if the first action seems overwhelming, make it even smaller. Eat your elephant one bite at a time. Stop looking at the whole thing and being overwhelmed. So just start with, what is it that I want? And if it's okay if you don't even know what you want. If you have like some sort of ballpark, if you have ideas, start with one idea. Like I said, when I started soap making, I thought it was what I wanted to do for years until I actually started. So actually starting, doing the wrong thing, led me to starting the right thing. Because if I hadn't started making those soaps, I would still be believing that that was what I wanted to do. And I would not be taking this course that has changed the course of my life. I would not have started a YouTube channel. I would not have been doing any of these things. I would not have a step 2 yet. So even if the thing that you want to do doesn't seem perfect, it doesn't seem like it could really take off, just try it. One step at a time. I think it's really important that if there's something that you love to do in your life, make it a priority instead of just a little hobby on the side when you have time. Because the only way that we live a life of true abundance and true love and true joy is by doing the things that we enjoy. So I have decided I never took a 9-to-5 job ever in my life, I was never going to work 40 hours a week. And it's not because I'm lazy. I'm not. I work very hard every single day. It's because I knew from the very beginning of my life that I was not going to waste it. I was going to live a life that really filled me with joy. I didn't want to go and work at a job that I hated for half my life. Like more than half your time, like all of your time. You only get weekends, and that's when you have to do the dishes and the laundry and go grocery shopping. I didn't want that life. So I chose bartending so that I can work on the weekends and I can work on my farm and I can spend time with my husband and stepchildren and we can just enjoy life. And my ultimate goal is to not even have a weekend job. My ultimate goal is to create a business from my homestead so that I can do the things that I love full time. Stay tuned, guys. Keep following me because I know that I'm going to get there and you are witnessing this in real time. You're going to see that it is possible if you truly believe it. I am manifesting things out of thin air right now. I can say with absolute certainty that I know I am going to achieve my dreams. And that's what you have to keep telling yourself every single day. Every single day, remember that what you want in life is entirely possible, no matter what it is. Take those small steps. Do all of the things that are going to get you there, and you will get there. If you truly believe it and you truly take those small steps every single day, do 1% better every single day, and do one thing that scares you every single day. Because we do not get anywhere staying in our comfort zone. We do not get anywhere by researching the hell out of everything and not doing anything with the information. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really hope this inspired you in some way. And I hope to see you on the next adventure. Bye, guys.